The Grand Opera House holds a place deep in my heart. I grew up in Dubuque, and some of my earliest memories of movie and theater were here. I remember the ornate detailing and majesty of this beautiful building. My love of theater began here. As a child, I was part of some of the Grand's youth programming and was also involved in shows like Oliver that had a cast of all ages. I had little experience in theater and was fortunate enough to be in a production with seasoned, experienced performers. 20 years later, Oliver was again featured at the Grand, and my then 6-year-old daughter wanted to audition. I thought it would be fun to share that experience with her and was thrilled to find that the authenticity of the experience had stayed the same. Teachers, physicians, business professionals, musicians, college theater students, high school students, and young children were all coming together to put on a show. The spirit and energy of the Grand has remained the same over the years. I've continued to stay involved at the Grand, and the community theater term has much more meaning to me now than it ever has. The work put into these shows is tremendous. It is amazing to see families and groups of friends come together to build sets and costumes. It is inspiring to see seasoned adult actors take time to mentor children who are enthusiastic to learn. The Grand Opera House, like all performing arts organizations, has been hit extremely hard by the pandemic. While we are thrilled and proud that we are producing and presenting shows to both live and virtual audiences, we are doing so at an extremely reduced capacity. Our beautiful theater has been lovingly renovated, but that work is never really done and requires continued investment. During this financial downturn, there are some things we can put off, and unfortunately, some things we cannot. One of the things that can't wait is replacing our main curtain and valance. We don't normally like to point out our flaws, but I'd like to ask you to look up to the top of the proscenium, and you will see that the valance has come to the end of its life. Both it and the main curtain have dry rot and have come to the end of their life. Unfortunately, repair is not an option, so we must replace, and we must do so soon. In addition to being visually unappealing, if we wait, it will become a safety hazard, and the risk of it coming down on its own grows. So we have named our fundraising campaign and this program Curtain Up. Our goal is to raise $50,000 to replace these curtains, as well as some of the other less visible but much needed legs and borders. In just a few weeks, we have raised $11,425, or slightly over 20% of our goal, but we have a long way to go. For those of you with us here in person, we have donation envelopes at the back of the theater, and the box office will be open after the program to take credit card donations. If you're watching the live stream, you can donate now at www.thegrandhouse.com/donate. Thank you for joining us tonight, and enjoy Curtain Up.